Welcome back. Tonight, we're running with weight and carrying the right kind. All right, let's talk about something real tonight weight. And no, I'm not just talking about the scale, I'm talking about what you carry physically and mentally. Because I've noticed something weird lately. Sometimes when you're carrying a little extra weight, you actually feel like you can push further. Why is that? And then when we're we're going to touch on something else, but I'm going to keep it separate, but we're going to bring it together. We can blend it. And that's going to be people who are miserable at their jobs, but they don't change it. And yeah, we got to talk about it. And the reason we've been a few places, but there's one that we were at a few days ago, and the cashier, no eye contact, kept their head down. Even when they spoke, they did not look up. Um, so I don't know. I'm big on customer service. I've always worked customer service since I started working at like 15, 16, and customer service goes a long ways. It's something that you don't get much of anymore. So let's start here. Let's start with running with weight and weight loss. Do y'all feel like when you've got a little weight on you, or even when you train with weight, like the ankle weights, the chest weights, do you think do you feel like sometimes you can go longer, further distances? Because I kind of do. When I go and I'm just running and it's just me, I feel like I stop sooner than I do when I take my dog and my dog's pulling me. And I'm not like pulling me because I can't control her. It's just she's ahead of me. Obviously, she runs faster than I do. So I'm just doing my normal run with a little pull to me. And I do run further. I don't know if I'm running slower, but I definitely know I'm running further. Maybe it's like a little extra push. You might not be faster, but you last longer. So, yeah, maybe. Our bodies, they do adapt to resistance. So, maybe my body needs to be pulled and to see what happens. I don't know. Does our mental toughness increase? Is it mentally? How many of you think it's mentally? It's like our body learns how to carry it. And once you settle in, you're like, okay, I got this. I can do this. How do you guys feel about conditioning versus actual weight loss? Running with weight equals efficiency? How many of you, or do any of you run with a weighted vest on every single time you run? Or is there certain times you guys do that? Think about getting me one. I really am. Send me your thoughts on getting I don't know if it's called a water vest, but the vest I can put water in, I can just drink. Definitely won't be able to drink and run. I'll choke. I'll have to stop. Or do you guys like just the weighted vest better? Do does it build endurance better, faster? Is that what's making you us run longer when we have weight on us? When the weight comes off though, the movement feels easier. And I will say me now running versus when I first started running back in December, I struggled. Breathing is definitely much easier now, for sure. Then when some of that weight comes off, you feel lighter, quicker, like you can breathe better, like our body finally caught up to the effort. It's probably thanking us, right? Maybe that's why we can go a little longer. I don't know. Our bodies thank us, I'm sure. The mental game of weight loss. Do any of you still struggle? Do you feel like nothing's changing, but there is changing? Like you see the progress in the scales and new clothes, right? Because it's not just physical, it's discipline. You have got to be disciplined in order to get the progress. Showing up even when it's hard. You definitely need to show up for sure. When I first started this journey, I was on it. Like I was going, you're coming with me. Like even if you don't come, I'm going. I don't care. In the last couple, I'd say maybe 2, maybe 3 weeks tops, I've been struggling. I'm thank God my oldest kid is on her journey at the moment. She's not weight loss though. She's building muscle, and the days I'm telling myself no, I'm not going, she's pushing me to go. So thank God for that. Thank you. Does weight loss have it has it made any of you change how you view yourself? Do you do any of you feel like you've became a different person? Because I've noticed some people do change, whether they just feel happier. Maybe sometimes I think maybe it makes people feel like they think they're better than somebody now, like they forgot they used to be big. But don't don't let it make you to be like one of those people. It's not worth it. Weight loss ain't just about losing pounds. It's about proving to yourself you can stay consistent when you don't feel like it. Good weight versus bad weight. Training weight equals growth, right? Dead weight equals holding you back. What's dead weight for some of you? Is it something mentally you're going through? Maybe something physically in your life? Do you keep with the, oh, how do I say that? Do any of you have a different mindset but the same body? Because we have to remember who we are, where we came from. There's a difference between weight that's building you and weight that's just sitting on you. That makes me go back last episode, I think, or where I told you guys about why I started running in December. I was grieving people who are still alive, and that was dead weight for me. And I I've got rid of that dead weight. Um, I do feel better. I feel like it's made me a better person. Like I don't know, I'm happier. I'm just better. I don't know that, and that came with a lot of negativity too. So without that, I'm not as negative because I don't have that negative. I don't have to listen to it. I don't have to hear it. I don't have to worry about it. Maybe it's the same for some of you. What about the trans? So let's transition to my my unhappy cashier. So all that was about on a physical level. So let's shift the gears because people carry weight in their lives the same way, just differently. Let's talk about a different kind of weight. The kind of the kind people bring into work every day. The negative people at work. They're energy killers. They complain, but yet nothing changes. Nada. And I don't know, maybe this person was just having a bad day that day and so just had to come to work, or maybe they're like that every day. But it's more and more often we go somewhere, you don't get a lot of people who seem to be happy where they're at or what they're doing. Why? But we all have to know that one person. I'm sure if there was five people in a room, four out of five would say they had a person like that at work. If you're that miserable, why are you still there? Is it the fear of maybe starting over at a new job, learning a new process, new people? Are you comfortable where you're at, but you're not happy, and that's why you're comfortable to complain? Or do you believe that something better doesn't exist or that you don't deserve it? Because there's always better. Um, you always deserve better. Everybody does. But if you're not happy at your job, why not find better? There is a difference between tired versus choosing being miserable, though. The difference between being burnt out and just deciding every day you're going to be negative. And I will say, if you're one of those negative Nancy's, like the moment you walk down the hall and your coworker sees you or you walk in the door, they're already thinking to themselves, just walk away, turn around and walk away, because they already don't want to deal with your negativity. Your negativity does affect other people and every people that you see, people that you work with. You should be like family. That's how I think about the people I work with. Like, and we don't get me wrong. Like, I have my days, and people at my job have their days. But I think for the most part, we all look at each other as family. We're all close. A lot of us have been there from like for years together, and then we have our newbies, but we all work through it together, some way, somehow. I don't know how, but we do. And if you don't have that camaraderie, another word I can't say long enough. Somebody start taking notes on the words that I have trouble with. Maybe you can help me. Maybe if you don't have that at where you're at, find it. Or maybe you can change that at where you're at. Be the one to change it. Step out of that bubble, out of that negativity. Make it better for you. That's the same idea that some weight makes you stronger, but some weight just holds you down. So, whether it's your body, your habits, or even your environment, you got to ask yourself, what am I carrying? Is this making me better or is it slowing me down? Because some weight will train you, right? The right way, the good way. And some way will trap you. And that's where feeling down, miserable, unhappy, being negative Nancy is going to come in. So, after tonight's podcast, sit back, think, relax, and find out, what is it? If you're unhappy in your job, your relationship, or just anything, what can you do to change it, to make it better? Also, chime in on running with weights, or maybe, I don't know, do any of y'all go and lift weights with weights on, like the ankle weights and the vest too, or is that just really running and walking? I will say, y'all, I got on the elliptical the other day. My second time trying it, because my first time, it had the got me dizzy, couldn't do it. And now, months later, stronger, a little thinner, I got on and I went for it. Let me tell you, baby, that is not for the weak. I don't know how some of y'all be getting on there and doing that shit for 20, 30 minutes, because woo we come 3 minutes in, 6 minutes in, 10 minutes. My thighs, that is more like a thigh and glute workout, maybe. Now I could kind of feel it working in my stomach, because my stomach would tighten up at some points when I was starting to push through. But I would have been in love to have been the one on the treadmill watching me walk to the garbage can. Because by the time I got off that thing, I could not feel my legs. I don't know how I didn't fall down. But it's not for the weak. It's not. But let me tell you, that's my new thing to push myself on. And I'm aiming. I think I've only been on it for maybe 6 minutes. I don't think I've hit a full 10 minutes yet. But in a couple months, I want to be able to do like 20 minutes. But yeah, yeah, be careful if you ain't been on that thing yet. But that's a wrap, y'all. I wanted to talk a little bit, chime in on the weight loss. I had some questions there. Um, and then just being out lately, just the negative Nancy's out there at work. But tomorrow's Father's Day, so to your fathers out there listening, happy Father's Day. I hope you have a great, wonderful day. Enjoy it with your family, your kids, the ones who made you a daddy. But that's it. Thank you for listening to another Unfiltered After Dark, where we keep it real about life, growth, and the stuff people don't always say out loud. Good night, y'all.